Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, March 27th, 2023. Today we're going to recap yesterday's and the rest of the weekend's NCAA tournament men's and women's games. Look ahead to tonight's women's games. NBA, NHL, spring training, soccer, golf, NASCAR. My pitcher rankings for the 2023 Major League Baseball season, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the tournament, and we'll start with the men's side. Sweet 16 and Elite 8 from the weekend. We will start with the Sweet 16 from Friday night. South Region 5 seed San Diego State upsets 1 seed Alabama 71-64. Midwest Region Sweet 16 5 seed Miami upsets 1 seed Houston 89-75. South Region Sweet 16 6 seed Creighton over 15 seed Princeton 86-75. And Midwest Region Sweet 16 2 seed Texas over 3 seed Xavier 83-71. Saturday, East Regional Elite 8, 9 seed FAU upsets 3 seed Kansas State 79-76. And West Regional Elite 8, 4 seed UConn over 3 seed Gonzaga 82-54. And then yesterday, South Regional Elite 8, 5 seed San Diego State over 6 seed Creighton 57-56. And Midwest Region 5 seed Miami over 2 seed Texas 88-81. So your final four. Raise your hand if you had this on your bingo card. Florida Atlantic out of the East, UConn out of the West, San Diego State out of the South, and Miami out of the Midwest. The only one that sounds plausible would have been UConn. And UConn had to go through Gonzaga. They could have potentially had to go through UCLA. Kansas got knocked out early, so that benefited them and opened up the bracket for UConn a little bit. But just wild how this all played out on the men's side. And now the women's side from the weekend. Friday, Sweet 16, Greenville 2. 19 Miami over 4 seed Villanova 70-65. Sweet 16, Greenville 2. 3 seed LSU over 2 seed UConn 66-63. Seattle Region 4, 2 seed Iowa over 6 seed Colorado 87-77. And Seattle 4, 5 seed Louisville over 8 seed Ole Miss 72-62. All right, Saturday Sweet 16. Greenville 1, 2 seed Maryland over 3 seed Notre Dame 76-59. Greenville 1, 1 seed South Carolina over 4 seed UCLA 59-43. Seattle 3, 3 seed Ohio State upsets 2 seed UConn 73-61. And Seattle 3, 1 seed Virginia Tech over 4 seed Tennessee 73-64. Elite 8 from yesterday. Greenville 2, 3 seed LSU over 19 Miami 54-42. And Seattle 4, 2 seed Iowa over 5 seed Louisville 97-83. All right, 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock ESPN. Elite 8, Greenville 1, 2 seed Maryland, 1 seed South Carolina. South Carolina's been the dominant team in that league all year long. They're 14.5-point favorites over Maryland. Totals 134.5. I'm going to take the Terps plus the points. I just think that that's a big number. At 9 o'clock on ESPN, Seattle 3 seed Ohio State, 1 seed Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's a 2.5-point favorite. Totals 140.5. For this one, I'll take the under. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than people think. And at gunpoint, I think Va-Tech wins. I don't feel strong about that one. All right, now we'll move on to the NBA. And look ahead to today's slate. All right, Friday. Celtics over the Pacers 120-95. Wiz over the Spurs 136-124. Raptors over the Pistons 118-97. Grizzlies over the Rockets 151-114. Hornets over the Mavs 117-109. Bucks over the Jazz 144-116. Warriors over the Sixers 120-112. Bulls over the Blazers 124-96. Kings over the Suns 135-127. And the Lakers over the Thunder 116-111. Saturday, Hawks over the Pacers 143-130. Nets over the Heat 129-100. Nuggets over the Bucks 129-106. Suns over the Sixers 125-105. Kings over the Jazz, 121-113. Pelicans over the Clippers, 131-110. And then yesterday, Hornets over the Mavs, 110-104. Bulls over the Lakers, 118-108. Grizz over the Hawks, 123-119. Celtics over the Spurs, 137-93. Cavs over the Rockets, 108-91. Magic over the Nets, 119-106. Raptors over the Wizards, 114-104. Thunder over the Blazers, 118-112. Wolves over the Warriors, 99-96. All right, tonight's game's 8-game slate. 7 o'clock, you have the Bucks and the Pistons from Detroit. My number's Bucks 16, total 229 and a fifth. And it's 17 and 233. I'll take the under. NBA TV, Mavs Pacers, minus Pacers by 9, total 230 and 3/4, and it's 1 and 234. I'm laying the 1 with Indiana. No Luka, come on. Rockets Knicks. My line's Knicks 15, total 228.5, and it's 13.5 and 230. 1.5 point edge either way. I'm going to do a slight lean to the Knicks minus the points. This is a bounce back spot for them after a couple of losses in a row. Now Suns Jazz. My line's Jazz by 3, total 230 and 2/5. And it's Suns 6.5, total 234. Like, what, is Kevin Durant coming back tonight? Because that feels like a KD line. But it's reported on the 29th against the Wolves. That's a Kevin Durant line. Kevin Durant's not playing. Give me the Jazz plus 6.5 and plus 215 to win the game outright. 9:30 NBA TV, Sixers Nuggets. We'll see if Embiid plays. With Embiid and Harden, I have 3.5 in favor of Denver, total 227 and 3/5. Without both of them, it would be 16.5. Without just Embiid, it would be 11. Without just Harden, it would be 9. It's 5 and 229.5. So slight under would be the pick. 10 o'clock, Pelicans Blazers. My line's Blazers 4.5, total 228 and 3/5. And it's the Pelicans by 10.5, total 226.5. Where's the report saying that Dame was being shut down for the season? They're seriously considering shutting down Dame, but it doesn't say that they are. Because he's questionable. But if Lillard's out, I would make this Portland by 2.5. Pelicans by 2.5. I'm still taking Portland plus the points. That is way too many points. There's a lot of questionables on that team. All right, Timberwolves Kings. My line is Kings 6 3/4, so 235 and 3/4. It's 4 and 239.5. I'll take the under. And last but not least, 10:30 Bulls Clippers. Mine's Bulls by 3/4, so 225.5, and it's Clippers by 4, total 221. So I have a large edge on the Bulls. So give me Chicago plus the 4 and plus 146 to win the game straight up. All right, before we move on to hockey, I want to do a quick look at the standings and see who would play each other in what round. Or, I should say, regarding the play-in in the first round of the regular playoffs. All right, so your Eastern Conference play-in matchups, it would be Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago, and then the winner of Toronto, Chicago plays the loser of Miami, Atlanta. And let's say Miami and Atlanta is your 7-8, respectively. Atlanta would play Milwaukee. Miami would play Boston. Sixers would play Brooklyn. And Ben Simmons is out for the year. My God. And then Cavs Knicks. And I don't think Cavs Knicks is destiny because Miami could pass the Knicks. Miami's playing really well right now. They're playing better than the Knicks right now. So I could see them passing the Knicks. And then it would be Knicks Sixers. And then Cavs Heat would be the old LeBron Bowl. Or in the West, it'd be New Orleans, Minnesota. We'll see about Zion. Then would be Zion against Ant-Man. Lakers, OKC would be the other play-in game. That LeBron and company against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then the loser of 7-8 would play the winner of 9-10. That would be Lakers, New Orleans. Ooh, is that sexy? It would be AD against his old team. Zion against the Lakers. How's that for freaking drama? How would that be for freaking drama? That'd be great. And let's say New Orleans and Minnesota are the 7-8. New Orleans will play Denver. That'd be Zion against Jokic. Minnesota would play Memphis, so that would be a rematch from last year. Golden State would play Sacramento. That's wild. That'd be a nice rivalry. And then Phoenix Clippers, that would be Durant against Kawhi and Paul George. So there's some sexy matchups in the West right now, how it's shaken out, which is pretty awesome. All right, now move on to hockey. We'll go over the results from the weekend and look ahead to tonight's window, and then we'll do what we just did for the NBA, look at the standings. All right, Friday, Sabres over the Devils 5-4, Blue Jackets over the Isles 5-4 OT, Avs over the Coyotes 3-1. Saturday, Rangers over the Panthers 4-3, Bruins over the Lightning 2-1, Flyers over the Red Wings 3-0, Kraken over the Preds 7-2, Flames over the Sharks 5-3, Kings over the Jets 4-1, Wild over the Blackhawks 3-1, Sabres over the Isles 2-0, Canes over the Leafs 5-3, Canucks over the Stars 3-1, Habs over the Blue Jackets 8-2, Devils over the Sens 5-3, Pens over the Caps 4-3, Golden Knights over the Oilers 4-3 0-3, Blues over the Ducks 6-3. All right, Sunday, Avs over the Coyotes 4-3 shootout, Bruins over the Hurricanes 4-3 shootout, Canucks over the Blackhawks 4-2, Leafs over the Preds 3-2, Kings over the Blues 7-6. Not a lot of games tonight, only 6. 7 o'clock, you have the Habs and the Sabres. That's a bad game. Sabres -10, Habs +172, over under 6.5. Overs -158, unders +128. Habs +1.5 is -134. Sabres -1.5 is +112. So for this one, I'm going to go Montreal total goals under 2.5 at +114. Panthers Sens. Panthers -142. Sens +176. Over under 7.5. Overs +138. Unders -170. Panthers -1.5 is +164. Ottawa +1.5 is -200. For this one, I'm going to go Florida in regulation at +110. They need the game. Devils Isles at 7:30. Devils -126. Isles +105. Over under 5.5. Overs -140. Unders -114. Devils -1.5 is +190. Isles +1.5 is -235. Isles are home. They're a dog. They need to win the game. I'm taking them +105 to knock off the Devils. 8 o'clock ESPN Plus Hockey Night. Kraken Wild. Wild -130. Kraken +108. Over under 5.5. Overs -140. Unders +114. Seattle +1.5 is -225. Wild -1.5 is +184. This is a hard one. I like tie +360, so overtime would be the bet. 10 o'clock, Avs Ducks. Avs -275, Ducks +220, over under 6.5. Overs -122, unders even money. Avs -1.5 and Ducks +1.5 is -110 each way. For this one, I'm going to go with the Avs on the puck line, -1.5 and -110. And last but not least, Oilers Coyotes. Oilers -335, Coyotes +265, over under 6.5. Overs -168, unders +136. Oilers -1.5 is -142. Coyotes +1.5 is +118. I'm gonna go with the Coyotes on the puck line to hang around, +1.5 at +118 at home. All right, now I'm gonna look at the standings for hockey. All right, so where things stand: Atlantic Division. Boston would be your winner, and then they would play the Penguins in round 1. Your Metro winner would be the Hurricanes, and then round 1, they would play the Islanders. We've seen those two teams face off in the playoffs before. Atlantic Division 2-3 is Toronto-Tampa. That was a rematch. That would be a rematch from last year. And how about this? The tri-state area match of the Devils and the Rangers. That is starting to look more inevitable by the day. That would just be a wild matchup. And I would think that the team that doesn't have home ice would be favored. I think the Rangers would be favored in that series. They're just better than New Jersey, I think, with the additions of Kane and Tarasenko. Even though Jersey got Timo Meier, I do think New York's going to be favored in that matchup. And then the West. Your points leader in the West right now is Vegas, and they would play Winnipeg if the season were to end today. Minnesota, first in the Central, would play Seattle. Your Central 2-3 is Colorado, Dallas, and your Pacific 2-3 is Kings, Oilers. And that would be a rematch from last year, too. So it looks like the playoff teams are set in both conferences. So much for Calgary and Florida. That was my Stanley Cup pick before the year. Neither of the teams are going to make the postseason, it looks like. That would be something. All right, now move on to spring training. We will recap the games from the weekend and look ahead to today's spring slate. Friday, Twins over the Yanks 6-4, Orioles over the Yanks 7-6, Mets over the Rays 11-2, White Sox over the A's 12-0, Brewers and Dodgers 6-6 tie, Royals over the Giants 3-0, Cubs over the Rangers 5-3, Reds over the D-backs 7-4, Rockies over the Brewers 9-4, Padres over the Angels 3-0, Red Sox over the Braves 9-8, Cards over the Nats 7-1, Pirates Tigers 6-6 tie, Blue Jays over the Phillies 6-3, Marlins over the Astros 3-2, Guardians over the Cubs 5-3, Mariners over the A's 15-3. All right, Saturday, Yankees over the Phils 8-3, Braves over the Twins 9-4, Rays over the Red Sox 4-2, Cards over the Marlins 3-2, Braves over the Twins 9-4, Royals over the Dodgers 6-3, Brewers over the A's 6-5, Padres over the Rangers 5-3, Angels over the Cubs 8-7, Giants over the Mariners 7-4, D-backs over the Mariners 4-1, Orioles over the Pirates 6-4, Astros over the Nats 6-1, Tigers over the Blue Jays 4-1, Cardinals Mets 4-4 tie, White Sox over the Reds 9-2, Guardians over the Rockies 4-2. Sunday, Yankees over the Blue Jays 6-2, Astros over the Cardinals 24-1, Twins over the Red Sox 7-2, Orioles over the Phillies 4-2, Braves over the Pirates 8-1, Tigers over the Rays 11-10, Nationals Marlins 2-2 tie, Guardians over the Reds 3-2, Rockies over the White Sox 4-2, Cubs over the Royals 5-0, Giants over the A's 9-5, Mets and Marlins 3-3 tie, Diamondbacks Brewers 4-4 tie, Reds over the Rockies 7-5, Mariners Padres 5-5 tie, and the Dodgers over the Angels 3-0. All right, today's spring slate, a lot of it is dress rehearsal for some of these teams. 1 o'clock, you have the Rays and the Yankees, Red Sox, Braves, Pirates, Twins, Cardinals, Orioles, Phillies, Blue Jays. 3 o'clock, Padres, Mariners. 4 o'clock, White Sox, Cubs, Rockies, Brewers, Royals, Rangers. 9 o'clock, Dodgers, Angels, Guardians, D-backs at 9:40. And 9:45, you have the A's and the Giants at Oracle Park. So the Giants have their dress rehearsal game. So the Diamondbacks at Chase Field. The Angels do it at Angel Stadium. The Rangers do it at Globe Life. And then the rest are still in Arizona and Florida, respectively. I'm seeing if anybody else has dress rehearsal today. So the Yankees have their closeout game at the Boss before they head over to the Bronx, and then their dress rehearsal games tomorrow at Washington at Nationals Park, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. It's at the Nats spring facility, but so some of these teams are playing at their home ballparks today, which is pretty exciting. All right, now I'll move on to soccer from the weekend. A lot of interesting MLS results we have to get to, and then some other soccer results. We'll start with Major League Soccer. Some very interesting results. LA Galaxy, Portland 0-0 draw. Charlotte Red Bulls 1-1 draw. Columbus over Atlanta 6-1. New England over DC United 2-1. Chicago over Miami 3-2. Orlando over Philly 2-1. So Orlando upsets the Union in Philadelphia. Colorado and Austin 1-1 draw. Houston over NYCFC 1-0. Minnesota Vancouver 1-1 draw. Cincinnati over Nashville 1-0. Seattle over Kansas City 4-1. St. Louis over Salt Lake 4-0. LAFC over Dallas 2-1. And San Jose and Toronto 0-0 draw. All right, Mexican Liga from Friday. Leon over Mazatlan 2-1. Now we'll get into a European Championship qualifying from the weekend. And we have some today as well. So Friday, Montenegro over Bulgaria 1-0. Moldova and Faroe Islands 1-1 draw. Greece over Gibraltar 3-0. Czech Republic over Poland 3-1. Serbia over Lithuania 2-0. Belgium over Sweden 3-0. Austria over Azerbaijan 4-1. France over the Netherlands 4-0. Saturday, Scotland over Cyprus 3-0. Turkey over Armenia 2-1. Switzerland over Belarus 5-0. Israel and Kosovo 1-1 draw. Croatia, Wales 1-1 draw. Romania over Andorra 2-0. Spain over Norway 3-0. Sunday, Kazakhstan over Denmark 3-2. Slovenia over San Marino 2-0. Iceland over Liechtenstein 7-0. England over Ukraine 2-0. Slovakia over Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0. Portugal over Luxembourg 6-0. Italy over Malta 2-0. And Finland over North Ireland 1-0. Today, 2:45, you have the Netherlands and Gibraltar. Netherlands is minus 9,000. Gibraltar is 50-1. The draw is 29-1. Netherlands is just a huge favorite. There's no markets for like the goals and such, but 29-1 is really good value for the draw, but I'll take that. Poland and Albania. Poland's minus 190. Albania's plus 550. Draws plus 290. Here we have the goals markets. We're gonna go over 2.5 goals at plus 118. Rep Ireland and France. Republic of Ireland is a 7-1 dog. The draws plus 370. Draws, or France is a minus 380 favorite. We're going over 2.5 goals at minus 116. Sweden and Azerbaijan. Sweden is minus 650. Azerbaijan's 13-1. The draws plus 650. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at plus 130 here. Montenegro and Serbia. Serbia is minus 120. Montenegro is plus 340. Draws plus 240. I'm going to go, it's over 2.5 goals at plus 122. Austria and Estonia. Austria is minus 750. Estonia is 17-1. The draw is 7-1. For this one, I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at plus 136. Next up, we have Austria and Estonia. Oh, no, we did that one just now. Moldova and Czech Republic. Moldova's minus 650. Czech is minus 650. Moldova's 15-1. The draws plus 650. I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 134. And last but not least, Hungary and Bulgaria. Hungary's minus 250. Bulgaria is 7-1. Draws plus 340. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at plus 118. Alrighty. Now we will do the NWSL, which got underway over the weekend. North Carolina over Kansas City, 1-0. San Diego over Chicago, 3-2. Washington over OL Reign, 1-0. Portland over Orlando, 4-0. Houston, Louisville, 0-0 draw. And Gotham over Angel City, 2-1. The Women's Super League. Friday, Everton, Liverpool, 1-1 draw. Arsenal over Tottenham, 5-1. Man United over West Ham, 4-0. Sunday, Man City over Chelsea, 2-0. Austin Villa over Leicester, 5-0. And Reading and Brighton Hove, 2-2 draw. Africa Cup of Nations qualifying. So Friday, Congo DR over Mauritania, 3-1. Tanzania over Uganda, 1-0. South Africa, Liberia, 2-2 draw. Guinea-Bissau over Nigeria, 1-0. Cape Verde and Eswatini, 0-0 draw. Ivory Coast over Comoro Islands, 3-1. Mali over Gambia, 2-0. Burkina Faso over Togo, 1-0. Senegal over Mozambique, 5-1. Ecuador, Guinea over Botswana, 2-0. Egypt over Malawi, 2-0. Tunisia over Libya, 3-0. Cameroon and Namibia, 1-1 draw. And Guinea over Ethiopia, 2-0. And then Sunday, Zambia over Lesotho, 2-0. And Sierra Leone over Sao Tome and P, 2-0. A lot of games today. A couple are on their way. You have Central Africa Republic and Madagascar on their way. Same with South Sudan and Congo. And I don't see them up here. And then the rest of the say 12 o'clock you have Niger and Algeria, Angola and Ghana, Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria, Zimbabwe and Morocco canceled, Burundi and Kenya canceled, 3 o'clock Ethiopia and Guinea, and then 4 o'clock you have Sudan and Gabon. And at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, you have Eswatini and Cape Verde, Botswana and Ecuador, Guinea, Namibia and Cameroon, and Malawi in Egypt. All right, and then we have the international friendlies that go over from the weekend. So Friday, Tahiti over New Caledonia, 2-1. Australia over Ecuador, 3-1. Japan, Uruguay, 1-1 draw. South Korea, Colombia, 2-2 draw. Uzbekistan over Bolivia, 1-0. Kuwait over the Philippines, 2-0. And Venezuela over Saudi Arabia, 2-1. Saturday, Bangladesh over Seychelles, 1-0. Laos over Bhutan, 2-1. Myanmar and Kyrgyz Republic, 1-1 draw. Indonesia over Burundi, 3-1. Georgia over Mongolia, 6-1. Syria over Thailand, 3-1. UAE and Tajikistan, 0-0 draw. Palestine over Bahrain, 2-1. Germany over Peru, 2-0. Morocco over Brazil, 2-1. New Zealand over China, 2-1. And Kenya and Burundi canceled. And then Sunday, Solomon Islands over Fiji, 2-0. Singapore over Maku, 1-0, and Russia over Iraq, 2-0. Today, 12 o'clock, you have Greece and Lithuania. Greece is 9-1 favorite. Lithuania 17-1 dog. The draw is 6-1. For this one, I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at even money. North Macedonia and Faroe Islands. North Macedonia is minus 240. Faroe Islands is 6-1. The draw is plus 310. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 112. 2 o'clock, you have Oman and Lebanon. We don't have that posted yet. And then 8:30 of Chile and Paraguay. Chile's minus 125. Paraguay's plus 320. Draws plus 230. I don't think Chile should be favored. I like the draw at plus 230. And then a couple in the morning that we have to get to tomorrow. 4:30 of Australia and Ecuador. Australia is plus 150. Ecuador is plus 170. Draws 2-1. I like Australia plus 150. 6:20 of Japan and Colombia. Japan plus 125. Colombia plus 210. Draws plus 210. I kind of like the draw plus 210. I think both these teams have been hot. 7 o'clock, you have Nepal and Bhutan. And then South Korea, Uruguay. South Korea is plus 130. Uruguay is 2-1. Draws plus 210. I'm going to go with the draw here, plus 210. And 8:30 of India and Kyrgyz Republic. And then 9:30, you have Indonesia and Brunei. All right, now the CONCACAF Nations League. We'll start with League A. The results from the weekend, and then we have one today. All right, so Friday, USA over Grenada 7-1. Saturday, Costa Rica over Martinique 2-1. Canada over Curacao 2-0. And then Sunday, Mexico, Jamaica 2-2 draw. And then tonight, 7:30 on TNT of US and El Salvador. You have US minus 950, El Salvador 16-1. The draw is 7-1. Team USA is coming together a lot. I'm gonna go over 3.5 goals at plus 142 for that one. All right, League B. Friday, Trinidad and Tobago over Bahamas 3-0. Nicaragua over St. Vincent 4-1. Guatemala over Belize 2-1. Saturday, Guyana over Bermuda 2-0. And Haiti over Montserrat 4-0. And then Sunday, Cuba over Guadeloupe 1-0. And Barbados over Antigua Barbuda 2-1. All right, 4 League B games tonight. 3 o'clock, you have St. Vincent and the Bahamas. St. Vincent and Grenades is minus 140. The Bahamas is plus 360. The draw is plus 380. I'm going to go with the draw at plus 280. Dominican Republic and Belize. DR is minus 410. Belize is 10-1. The draw is plus 450. I'm going to go with the draw plus 450. DR hasn't won in a while. Next up, you have Trinidad and Tobago against Nicaragua at 8 o'clock. Trinidad and Tobago is plus 115. Nicaragua is plus 240, and the draw is plus 230. I'm going to go with Trinidad and Tobago plus 115. And then 10 o'clock, you have Guatemala and French Guyana. Guatemala is minus 190. French Guyana is 5-1. The draw is plus 320. I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals at minus 114. And now League C. Results from the weekend. Look ahead to tonight. Friday, St. Lucia over Anguilla 2-1. Saturday, Turks and Caicos over U.S. Virgin Islands 1-0. Saint Martin over Bonaire 6-1. And Sunday, Puerto Rico over Cayman Islands 5-1. 2 games tonight, 6 o'clock. You have St. Kitts and Nevis and Aruba. St. Kitts and Nevis is minus 10. Aruba is 5-1. The draw is plus 340. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 104. And at 7 o'clock, you have St. Lucia and Dominicana. St. Lucia is minus 160. Dominicana is plus 450. The draw is plus 170. St. Lucia is playing well. I think over 2.5 goals plus 114 is the play. Alrighty. Now move on to golf. That was a lot of soccer. That took 15 minutes up. But we have a lot of golf to get to. We have results from the tournaments. We'll start with Punta Cana. And your winner with a score of 19 under. Matt Wallace, my first hit of the year for a golf pick. Congratulations to yours truly. Whoo, that was a big one. Coming in second with a score of 18 under, Nikolai Hojard. Tied for third with 17 under, Scott Stevens and Tyler Duncan. Fifth with 16 under, Austin Eckroat. Sixth with 15 under, Wyndham Clark. Seventh with 14 under, Ricky Barnes. Tied for eighth with 13 under, Bryce Garnett, Matthias Schwab, Tomas Dietrich, Ben Martin, and Brent Grant. Tied for 13th with 12 under, Austin Cook, Nate Hardy, and Harry Hall. Tied for 16th with 11 under, Doug Gibb, Dylan Wu, Jonathan Bird, Kevin Chappell, Kelly Craft, and Victor Norman. Tied for 22nd with 10 under, Matt Trainer and Henrik Norlander. Tied for 24th with 9 under, Bill Haas and Askey Bahita. Tied for 26th with 8 under, Tyson Alexander, Michael Kim, and Augusto Nunez. Tied for 29th with 7 under, Scott Piercy, Sean O'Hare, Mark Hubbard, MJ Daffé, Fabrizio Zanotti, and Eric Compton. Tied for 35th with 6 under, Brian Matthews, Emiliano Goya, and Paul Haley. Tied for 38th with 5 under, Kevin Tway, Sangul No, Cam Young, D8 points, Chris Stroud, Rafael Campos, Harry Higgs, and Sung Hoon Kang. Now I'm just going to go through notables. Tied for 46 with 4 under, Scott Harrington, Kramer Hickok, Andrew Novak, Alex Badley. Tied for 50th with 3 under, Max McGreevy, Joel Dahman, Kevin Roy, Kevin Westmoreland. Tied for 56 with 2 under, Evan Van Royen and Grayson Chalmers. Tied for 58th with 1 under, Jason Duffner, Harrison Endicott, Russell Knox, Ben Crane. Tied for 62nd at even, Scott Stallings. Tied for 64th with 1 over, Camilo Vegas, Hank Lebioda, Scott Brown. Tied for 68th with 2 over, Michael Giljic, Cam Piercy. Tied for 70th with 3 over, Emiliano Grillo, 72nd with 5 over, Sang Mu Bay. Among those cut, Justin Lauer, Brian Stewart, Wesley Bryant, Patrick Rogers, Will McGirt, Richie Wierenski, Jason Hadley, DJ Tran, Adam Long, Matthias Schmid, Robert Brem, Charlie Hoffman, Bo Van Pelt, Ryan Garrigus, Taylor Gainey, and withdrawing from the competition, Chad Ramey. And then Dell Match Play Finals. I'm going to go to the leaderboard. We're going to do round 3 plus the playoffs and work our way up. Group 10, Kurt Katayama wins over Tony Finau and Adrian Murnock. Group 12, Mackenzie Hughes wins over Taylor Montgomery. And that was like playoff stuff. Round 3, Group 4, Nick Taylor wins 3-2 over Ken Goulet. Patrick Cantlay wins 2-1 over Brian Harmon. Group 9, Victor Perez wins 5-4 over Adam Svensson. Jason Day wins 4-3 over Colin Morikawa. Group 8, Victor Hovland wins 4-3 over Chris Kirk. And Matt Kuchar wins 7-6 over Siwoo Kim. Group 3, Scott Stallings wins 1-up over Denny McCarthy. Rory McIlroy wins 3-2 over Keegan Bradley. Group 12, Shane Lowry wins 2-1 over Jordan Spieth. Mackenzie Weaves wins 6-4 over Taylor Montgomery. Group 5, Max Homa wins Khan over Hideki Matsuyama. Kevin Kisner wins 2-up over Justin Sue. Group 13, Sam Burns wins 2-up over Seamus Power. Adam Hadwin wins 3-2 over Adam Scott. Group 16, Sanjayan wins 4-3 over Tommy Fleetwood. JT Potson wins 3-1 over Mav McNeely. Group 1, Scotty Scheffler wins 3-2 over Tom Kim. Alex Noren and Davis Riley tied. Group 11, Sahith Thiglia wins 2-1 over Matt Fitzpatrick. JJ Spawn wins 2-1 over Min Woo Lee. Group 6, Xander Schauffele wins 1-up over Tom Hogue. Cam Davis wins 1-up over Aaron Weiss. Group 14, Russell Henley wins 3-2 over Tyrell Hatton. Lucas Herbert wins 3-1 over Ben Griffin. Group 10, Kurt Katayama wins 4-3 over Tony Finau, and Adrian Murdoch wins 5-4 over Christian Ziedenhout. Group 7, Ryan Fox wins Con over Will Zalatoris, and Andrew Putnam wins 4-3 over Harry English. Group 15, Cam Young wins 4-3 over 5-3, my bad. Corey Connors wins 2-1 over Davis Thompson. And Group 2, Billy Horschel wins 5-4 over John Rahm. And Ricky Fowler wins 1-up over Keith Mitchell. And now the knockouts. Round of 16, bracket 1. Kurt Katayama wins 6-5 over Andrew Putnam. Cam Young wins 5-4 over Billy Horschel. Bracket 2, Xander Schauffele wins 3-2 over J.J. Spahn. Rory McIlroy wins 2-up over Lucas Herbert. Bracket 3, Jason Day wins 1-up over Matt Kuchar. Scotty Scheffler wins 1-up over J.T. Potson. Bracket 4, Mackenzie Hughes wins 3-2 over Max Homa. Sam Burns wins 2-1 over Patrick Cantlay. The quarterfinals, bracket 1. Cam Young wins 1-up over Kurt Katayama. Bracket 2, Rory McIlroy wins 1-up over Xander Schauffele. Bracket 3, Scotty Scheffler wins 2-1 over Jason Day. And bracket 4, Sam Burns wins 3-2 over Mackenzie Hughes. Semifinals. Cam Young wins 19 holes over Rory McIlroy, and Sam Burns wins 21 holes over Scotty Scheffler. Third place, Rory McIlroy wins 2-1 over Scotty Scheffler, and in the finals, Sam Burns 6-5 over Cam Young. So Sam Burns, your 13 seed, wins the 2023 World Golf Championships Dell Technologies Match Play. All right, the next tournament will be the Valero Texas Open in San Antonio. So that should be a good one for sure. All right, now move on to NASCAR. We'll go over the results from the weekend in each league. We'll start with the trucks. Your winner, Zane Smith, coming in second. Kyle Busch, third. Ty Majeski, fourth. Tyler Ankrum, fifth. Ross Chastain, sixth. Corey Heim, seventh. Nick Sanchez, eighth. Tanner Gray, ninth. Kaz Grala, 10th. Ben Rhodes. The rest, Tanner Gray, Grant Effinger, Raja Caruth, Stuart Friesen, Caden Honeycutt, Haley Deegan, Lawless Allen, Daniel Dye, Jake Garcia, Colin Garrett, Chris Wright, Logan Bearden, Brett Holmes, Colby Howard, Timmy Hill, Mason Philippi, Chase Purdy, Dale Quitterly, Matt DiBenedetto, Christian X, Parker Kligerman, Spencer Boyd, Matt Crafton, Carson Hostfar, Dean Thompson, and Ed Jones. All right, and now the Xfinity Series from Austin. Your winner, A.J. Allmendinger, coming in second. Will Byron, third. Ty Gibbs, fourth. Sam Smith, fifth. Justin Allgaier, sixth. Daniel Hemrick, seventh. Sam Meyer, eighth. Josh Berry, that was my pick. Ninth. Sheldon Creed, 10th. Riley Herbst. The rest, Ben Jones, Cam Smith, Miguel Pilato, Jeremy Clements, Alex Labb, Anthony Alfredo, Parker Wetzlaff, Kaz Grella, Connor Mozak, Ryan Ellis, Jeb Burton, Kyle Wetherman, Ryan Sieg, Eric Almirola, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Kyle Sieg, John Hunter Nemechek, Josh Bilicki, Brad Perez, Joe Graff Jr., Parker Kligerman, Cole Custer, Brennan Poole, Brett Moffitt, Sage Karam, Preston Pardis, Austin Hill, and Carson Hostfar. And then the Cup Series from Austin, which is the Circuit of the Americas. Your winner, Tyler Reddick, coming in second. Kyle Busch, third. Alex Bowman, fourth. Ross Chastain, fifth. William Byron, sixth. Austin Cindric, seventh. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., eighth. Chris Boucher, ninth. Ty Gibbs, 10th. Todd Gilliland. The rest, Corey LaJoie, Michael McDowell, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Jenson Button, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson, Ryan Blaney, Harrison Burton, Eric Jones, Jordan Taylor, Cody Ware, Josh Balicki, Daniel Suarez, Joey Logano, Kimi Räikkönen, Eric Almirola, Chris Bell, who was my pick. That was a flop. Ryan Preece, Austin Dillon, AJ Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski, Connor Daly, Bubba Wallace, Jimmy Johnson, and Ty Dillon. All right, next weekend's Richmond, so that should be interesting. All right, now I'm going to do my Major League Baseball pitcher rankings for the 2023 season. 150 starting pitchers made the list. So, without further ado, here we go. 150, Ryan Feltner, Rockies. 149, Chad Cole, Nationals. 148, Adam Oller, A's. 147, Drew Rosinski, A's. 146, Graham Ashcraft, Reds. 145, Jose Arena, Rockies. 144, Patrick Corbin, Nationals. 143, Yusei Kikuchi, Blue Jays. 142, Kyle Bradish, Orioles. 141, Shintaro Fujinami, Athletics. 140, Austin Gomber, Rockies. 139, Kyle Freeland, Rockies. 138, Vince Velasquez, Pirates. 137, Luis Sessa, Reds. 136, Nick Pivetta, Red Sox. 135, Jordan Lyles, Royals. 134, JT Brubaker, Pirates. 133, Michael Lorenzen, Tigers. 132, Madison Bumgarner, Diamondbacks. 131, Josiah Gray, Nationals. 130, Jose Suarez, Angels. 129, Kyle Gibson, Orioles. 128, Daniel Lynch, Royals. 127, Dean Kremer, Orioles. 126, Bailey Falter, Phillies. 125, Matt Boyd, Tigers. 124, Zach Davies, D-backs. 123, James Kaprielian, A's. 122, Anthony DeSclafani, Giants. 121, Michael Wacha, Padres. 120, Rich Hill, Pirates. 119, Connor Overton, Reds. 118, Ryan Nelson, Diamondbacks. 117, Herman Marquez, Rockies. 116, Brad Keller, Royals. 115, Spencer Turnbull, Tigers. 114, James Paxton, Red Sox. 113, Patrick Sandoval, Angels. 112, Wade Miley, Brewers. 111, Martin Perez, Rangers. 110, David Peterson, Mets. 109, Ross Stripling, Giants. 107, Steven Matz, Cardinals. 106, Noah Syndergaard, Dodgers. 105, Domingo Germán, Yankees. 104, Corey Kluber, Red Sox. 103, Paul Blackburn, A's. 102, Trevor Williams, Nationals. 101, Andrew Heaney, Rangers. 100, Zach Eflin, Rays. 99, Carlos Carrasco, Mets. 98, Sean Manaea, Giants. 97, Cole Irvin, Orioles. 96, Marco Gonzalez, Mariners. 95, Zach Greinke, Royals. 94, Johnny Cueto, Marlins. 93, Tyler Mahle, Twins. 92, Rosny Contreras, Pirates. 91, Jared Schuster, Braves. 90, Eric Lauer, Brewers. 89, Taijuan Walker, Phillies. 88, Merrill Kelly, Diamondbacks. 87, Jeffrey Springs, Rays. 86, Tyler Anderson, Angels. 85, Jameson Taillon, Cubs. 84, Kodai Senga, Mets. 83, Alex Cobb, Giants. 82, Adam Wainwright, Cardinals. 81, Mackenzie Gore, Nationals. 80, Edward Cabrera, Marlins. 79, Luis Garcia, Astros. 78, Zach Plesac, Guardians. 77, Matt Manning, Tigers. 76, Joe Ryan, Twins. 75, John Gray, Rangers. 74, Miles Mikolas, Cardinals. 73, Garrett Whitlock, Red Sox. 73, Garrett Whitlock, Red Sox. 72, Mike Clevenger, White Sox. 71, Freddie Peralta, Brewers. 70, Mitch Keller, Pirates. 69, Justin Steele, Cubs. 68, Reed Detmers, Angels. 67, Trevor Rogers, Marlins. 66, Jesus Luzardo, Marlins. 65, Hayden Wesneski, Cubs. 64, Jordan Montgomery, Cardinals. 63, Jose Urquidy, Astros. 62, Nestor Cortez, Yankees. 61, Jose Barrios, Blue Jays. 60, Kenta Maeda, Twins. 59, Lance Lynn, White Sox. 58, Charlie Morton, Braves. 57, Drew Rasmussen, Rays. 56, George Kirby, Mariners. 55, Cal Quantrill, Guardians. 54, Marcus Stroman, Cubs. 53, Nathan Eovaldi, Rangers. 52, Nick Lodolo, Reds. 51, Chris Bassett, Blue Jays. 50, Dustin May, Dodgers. 49, Michael Kopech, White Sox. 48, Luis Severino, Yankees. 47, Grayson Rodriguez, Orioles. 46, Hunter Green, Reds. 45, Aaron Savali, Guardians. 44, Ranger Suarez, Phillies. 43, Kyle Hendricks, Cubs. 42, Lance McCullers Jr., Astros. 41, Eduardo Rodriguez, Tigers. 40, Sonny Gray, Twins. 39, Chris Sale, Red Sox. 38, Blake Snell, Padres. 37, Yu Darvish, Padres. 36, Brady Singer, Royals. 35, Kyle Wright, Braves. 34, Robbie Ray, Mariners. 33, Kristen Javier, Astros. 32, Lucas Giolito, White Sox, 31, Tristan McKenzie, Guardians, 30, Pablo Lopez, Twins, 29, Carlos Rodon, Yankees, 28, Kevin Gossman, Blue Jays, 27, Tyler Glasnow, Rays, 26, Jack Flaherty, Cardinals, 25, Tony Gonsolin, Dodgers, 24, Logan Gilbert, Mariners, 23, Zach Gallen, Diamondbacks, 22, Joe Musgrove, Padres, 21, Spencer Strider, Braves, 20, Brandon Woodruff, Brewers, 19, Logan Webb, Giants, 18, Framber Valdez, Astros, 17, Shane McClanahan, Rays, 16, Aaron Nola, Phillies, 15, Shane Bieber, Guardians, 14, Shohei Ohtani, Angels, 13, Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers, 12, Luis Castillo, Mariners, 11, Zach Wheeler, Phillies, 10, Garrett Cole, Yankees, 9, Justin Verlander, Mets, 8, Max Scherzer, Mets, 7, Dylan Cease, White Sox, 6, Alek Manoah, Blue Jays, 5, Jacob deGrom, Rangers, 4, Corbin Burns, Brewers, 3, Max Fried, Braves, 2, Julio Urias, Dodgers, and number 1, who I think is the man right now, Sandy Alcantara, Miami Marlins, who had him as number 1 coming into the year. Well, he was a horse last year and ran away with the NL Cy Young Award, and he's just so good. The NL is loaded with pitchers. It's the Pitchers League. I only have 4 American League pitchers in my top 10, compared to 6 in the National League. So the disparity is not as bad as I thought. I thought it was like 7-3 or something like that. Urias was a horse last year too. Max Fried is the best pitcher on a team that is going to be among the teams that can win the World Series. Corbin Burns, I think, is amazing. Jacob deGrom, I think, will pitch well in that ballpark and will benefit for pitching in Oakland a few times a year, in LA against some bad offenses there. So, and even Seattle, a pitcher's ballpark, I think deGrom could benefit in that division and be out in New York, less distractions. Alek Manoah is a pitcher on the come. Dylan Cease was great last year, and the Met guys belong in the top 10 still, although they're just old. And Garrett Cole is kind of on the back half of his career a little bit now, I would say, but he's still awesome. And the same could be said even for Zach Wheeler, who I have 11 on this list, because both those guys were drafted around the same time, or within a couple years, I'd say. And there's guys you can argue belong in the top 10 here. Even down to Aaron Nola at 16, you can argue belong in the top 10 on this list. Ohtani, for crying out loud, as a pitcher's at 14. Like, that's how deep the starting pitcher group is from a top-heavy standpoint. So, there you have it for the 2023 starting pitcher rankings. Tomorrow is going to be the closer rankings, and tomorrow night will be the big show with all the predictions for the season. All right, now move on to the news and notes from the weekend. A lot to get to. We'll start in baseball. Miles Mikolas gets a 2-year, $40 million extension. Good for him. So he's getting paid $20 million a year. The Brewers will be moving on from Keston Hiura. Remember when he was the big hit, the big thing? So much for that. That was a bust. No deal for the Phillies and Aaron Nola. They've broken off extension talks for the time being, but plan to resume discussions after the 2023 season. Is he a free agent after the season? Aaron Nola. He is. He's a free agent after the year, so that's somebody in a contract year. So you got to keep an eye on that. Holy crap, we have breaking news. We have to go to football right now. Lamar Jackson requested a trade. He says that the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value and reveals he requested a trade March 2nd. Holy crap. That's not all that stunning because of how long this has gone. So we will see how this plays out and where he goes. Carolina's not interested. Atlanta's not interested. The Raiders signed Garoppolo. Is San Francisco looming as a dark horse? Green Bay, maybe. And then they could throw Jordan Love in the package for them to remain competitive. Only team we're not thinking of the Lions or somebody like that. Lamar tweeted 10 minutes ago, in regards to my future plans, as of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organizations for which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value. And anyone that's met me or been around me know that I love the game of football and my dream is to help a team. And then he's getting a lot of crap. Someone tweets, your dream is to help a team, accept vet minimum salary. That'll help a team. The real dream is to make a giant pile of cash. Go get all of it. He's getting a lot of crap. And rightfully so, because he's not worth what he thinks he's worth. He had one great season of his life. He probably is worth what Daniel Jones got, if not a little bit more. He's not worth more than $200 million. I'm sorry. He's just not. Maybe 180. 180, I think, is his max. Maybe a little bit more than what Daniel Jones got. Because Daniel Jones and Lamar Jackson are similar players. Except one of them is perceived as a MVP perennial candidate, and the other is perceived as a draft bust who had one good year, which was last year. So, and got paid for the one good year regarding Jones. But we'll see what happens with Lamar. But we had to jump into that. Back to baseball. Luis Severino has a lat injury as he's likely to start the injured list for a low-grade injury. That's just brutal for the Yankees. They're down 3 starters to start the year. They're down him, they're down Rodon, and they're down Montas. That is not good. Who's going to be in the rotation? Clark Schmidt, Domingo Herman, and will they go with an opener, or is one of those guys going to be back sooner than expected to the point where they can skip that 5 spot a couple of times? If they can get away with that, then they could be in okay shape. At least they play the weak San Francisco Giants offense and the no Bryce Harper, no Rhys Hoskins Phillies to start the season. Although the Phillies one's going to be tough, but even without those two. But that's all I could remember from a schedule standpoint on top of my head for the Yanks. But that's not great for them. But the good news for the Yankees is that shortstop prospect Anthony Volpe made the team. That is wonderful news. The video went viral. And Aaron Boone says that he will be the opening day shortstop. That is just amazing. It's not something I predicted before spring training, but here we are, and it's the right move. He gives you the best chance to win over IKF and even Peraza, and now that opens up the door for a trade, maybe for a pitcher or even a left fielder for that matter. So they can use Peraza as a trade chip to upgrade at left field or to get a starter, assuming that Montas is out for the season. Jordan Walker made the Cardinals too, so that's great news for them. The Reds are paying Ken Griffey Jr. Millions as he'll have the Reds' 4th highest salary, earning $3.6 million due to deferred payments. Yikes. There's some uniforms that came out. The Braves honor Hank Aaron with a Special City Connect uniform, and then the Marlins teal throwback uniforms are pretty cool as well. Back to football. There's pictures of the new Bill Stadium that's expected to be complete in 2026. The Ravens signed Nelson Aguilar, so that gives them a receiver in the room. DJ Chark is signing with the Panthers. After it was reported that the Broncos set a Jerry Jeudy price in receiving a 1st or 2nd round pick, Sean Payton makes it clear that they're not trading Jerry Jeudy or Courtland Sutton. We're not trading those two players, he said. And they shouldn't if they want to be a contender. The Bengals are linked to Ezekiel Elliott as they are looming large around the league as a contender to sign Ezekiel Elliott. Bobby Wagner back to the Seahawks, 1 year, $7 million. That's awesome story for them. Former NFL player Derek Wolfe says he used mushrooms and Adderall to get into rage mode before games. Roughing reviews unlikely as making roughing the passer a reviewable call has lacked support among the league's competition committee. That's ridiculous. The Chargers want to keep Austin Eckler as Brandon Staley reaffirms the team's desire to keep him despite granting him permission to seek a trade this offseason. A lot of basketball stuff. So the Final Four scheduled for Saturday, the 6 o'clock game is Florida Atlantic and San Diego State, and then the nightcap is the good one, Miami UConn. Not that the other one isn't good, but Miami UConn's the sexy game. Kevin Durant shows love to Texas after a memorable season. And great news and deserving news on the Longhorns to make Rodney Terry the head coach after Big 12 tournament title and an appearance in the Elite Eight. That is wonderful. Rodney Terry deserves the job. He did a wonderful job keeping that team together after the Chris Beard situation. And now we'll see how he does recruiting and how he follows up this season. Houston star freshman Jarris Walker to enter the draft, projected to be a top 10 pick. So that's a loss for the Cougars. NFL draft stuff we forgot to mention. The Texans quietly met with Will Levis over the past several weeks. Interesting. Kevin Durant could be back on Wednesday against the Wolves. We talked about that already. Ben Simmons out for the season. Been dealing with a back injury, of course. Not surprised. That's not a loss for Brooklyn. It's just not. It's like a Ewing theory thing for them, honestly. LeBron came back last night against the Bulls, which was wild. Nobody expected LeBron to be back this soon as they lost at home to the Bulls. LeBron played well, but he came off the bench, which was probably a mistake. That's probably why they lost. And he actually had a torn tendon in his foot as he nearly had season-ending surgery, but was cleared to return after seeing the LeBron James of feet. Gary Payton, the second back for the Warriors as well. He came back yesterday against the Wolves. De'Aaron Fox left Saturday's game against the Suns with hamstring soreness. The Knicks signed DeQuan Jeffries to a multi-year deal. Luka Doncic fined $35,000 for making a money gesture towards officials on Wednesday night. Yikes. He's not playing tonight because he got suspended. Jalen Brunson dishes on his Mavs exit as he tells Chris Haynes that he wishes things would have happened differently, but does not blame Dallas. And the Blazers could shut down Dame Lillard for the season as they are seriously considering shutting down Lillard for remaining 9 games, a.k.a. fake injury probably. We want Victor Wembanyama. So we'll see about that. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that jumped out to me. I'm just fired up that I won that golf bet. That was like a $400 win. I laid like a quarter, not a quarter, but maybe a fifth of a unit on it. Yeah, a fifth of a unit. So that was a big one. Luka's out tonight, and the Pacers only given 1. I'm a little scared to do it because that could be like the Vegas nose line. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to lay the one with Indiana. I'm going to lay a whole unit on it. Pacers -1, a whole unit at home against the Dallas Mavericks for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking ahead to tomorrow as well. And then we have the big baseball show tomorrow night, and then we have the portfolio segment coming back tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.